When I'm an adult, I'll be more confident. If you've said those words to yourself, you've landed in the right place. You might be watching this, you're still in school and you feel like school is such a small environment where you feel self-conscious and you can't be yourself because people will judge you. I completely understand that. During sixth form, I was just wishing away school. Like I really wanted to start university. That's my chance to become more confident. Confidence can start now, like whilst you're still at school. You don't have to wait until university. Once you become more confident, you stop living in fear. And I feel like throughout my school years, I basically lived in fear. I stayed in my comfort zone. I was scared. The last thing I want you to do is to hate yourself for being so quiet. I understand it feels frustrating. The Berlin ambiance. Someone closed their window in the opposite building because of the sirens. I will give you practical advice about how to become more confident, but let's first start off with knowing that your personality is nothing to be ashamed about. It doesn't mean anything about your value as a person. Them being louder doesn't necessarily make them better, because sometimes even loud people, they're not necessarily confident, but that's a topic for another day. Being quiet is not a bad thing. You're reflective, you're a good listener, people really appreciate you for that. You know how to enjoy your own company. Yeah, just remember that, okay? This is something that really helped me when I was first starting out in my confidence journey. Think of yourself as the main character and everyone else is just a side character. Everyone else is irrelevant, because obviously lacking confidence, it's related to how you're just scared to do something or say something. But this is your story. I'm not saying other people in this world are irrelevant. What I'm trying to emphasize is that you need to think of yourself as the main character. That's something that one of my friends told me when I didn't know how to have the confidence to speak in class. But you just got to think of yourself as the main character. These are all side characters in the story that is your life. Yeah, you are the driver behind the wheel. You are the driver behind your story. You are important enough to have your voice be heard. Every time that I engage in class, my heart is always beating very fast. My voice kind of shakes. Think about how everyone else is able to participate. Maybe it comes easier to your classmates because they're not scared, they have more confidence. And I know your answer might be, well, I'm scared of being wrong. Are your classmates thinking that about their own points? Probably not. So why should you? And maybe your classmates do think about that. Maybe they do think, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's the fact that they say it anyway. So why can't that be you? Before you say your point, it's really scary. But after you say it, you'll realize, I managed that. This is something that I learned when I did my semester in Canada. I met a lot of extroverted people who would just say what came to their mind. I really respected them for that, and I really admired that, and I learnt from that. If there's something I want to say, even if I think it might sound boring, like an anecdote I want to tell, or if it seems really unrelated, no, I should still say it. The other person will find it interesting. Do not shoot yourself in the foot before you've even given yourself a chance. You're booing yourself off the stage before you've even started to give your performance to the audience. Big up my Canadian friends, I guess, for that. People want to hear from you. The reason I used to not be confident is because I didn't have faith in myself that I'd be able to handle tough situations such as sociable scenarios. Being confident is trusting that you've got this, that you can handle any obstacle. If you're at a party and you don't want to speak in that group scenario, it can come from thinking, what if it goes wrong? What if people don't reply after I speak? What if I come across as awkward? I don't know if I could handle that. But you need to trust that you can handle that. Even if the group kind of goes quiet after you speak, nothing bad is going to happen to you. Yes, it might be a bit embarrassing, but all you gotta do is just take it on the chin and keep going. That's how you'll handle it. Trust that you can do it. I think the idea of the spotlight effect is something that you have to remember. It's where you feel like everyone is watching you, but they're not. Everyone is preoccupied with what they are doing. They are thinking that everyone is watching them. Don't let whispers stop you from living your best life. Even when I'm walking in the street, I feel self-conscious, but then when I remember, no one's actually watching me, I could do whatever. And that's so freeing. Getting kind of thirsty. Act as a confident person would. I think this tip helped me the most in my first year of university. It's just another way of saying fake it till you make it. But when I learned about this, that was a game changer. I was like, oh, wait, of course, that makes so much sense. Just do what a confident person would. Why did I not think about that? I used to think of it as to get to being a confident person. There are so many steps I need to take. Like, it's such a big leap. I know exactly what a confident person would do. You know, say how you feel, talk to people, go out of your way to help someone. And then I suppose all my previous points would help you to actually do what a confident person would do. So like, not care what other people will think, like realize that you are the main character, realize that you also deserve to be heard, etc. Once you have cultivated that mindset, then I guess it would be easier. It's never easy. It would be more manageable to do as a confident person would do. That's the kind of stuff that really helped me in first year. For example, start my YouTube channel, run for exec elections in like societies. If you ask my Warwick friends who have seen me since like semester 1, year 1 at uni, they would say like I've become more confident essentially since the start of uni. I still have that side, that shy, reserved side to myself. If I enter like a big gathering full of people that I don't know and everyone's attention is on me, genuinely I start tearing up. That makes me feel so anxious. But if you also look at what I've done during university, like I started a magazine, I led a whole ass team, I like gave speeches during the magazine launch. Yeah, I did that all, and like you can too. Parting words, let's see. Embrace your introverted, introspective side. I think that's something that's unique about me and that's very unique about yourself. So don't feel like you need to become the opposite. Hold on to this. I think it's something that is really needed in this world. You're a very thoughtful person. You add a lot of insight into conversation. You might not think it, but you are an interesting person to talk to. But at the same time, don't let the label of being shy stop you. If you have like big goals that require being sociable and like having to talk to a lot of people, freedom, almost freedom to be yourself, it really is on the other side of fear. Fear is the mind killer. Let's take a sip on that. You know, I'd remember talking to adults, I'd be so in awe of them when they would tell me that they used to be shy as a kid, but then they just like grew in confidence as they grew up. And it really does happen. As you grow up, you do grow in confidence, but it's not a result of aging. It's like when you age and you accumulate experiences, you do things out of your comfort zone as you grow up. Going to university, maybe moving out, living abroad, meeting different people from your different environments, that is what makes you increase your confidence. So here's to starting your journey, and I believe in you. If I can do it, you most certainly can. Thank you so much for tuning in to the second episode of Matcha Mondays with Marguerite, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Over and out.